Dublin? All right. I wish you knew how good it felt as a foreigner to come to Dublin and have authentic Irish food served by authentic Polish people. I just spent a month in Asia, and the knowledge nugget I have brought back for you from Asia is that the most beautiful women in the world are Thai men. All right, you've been to Asia. I'm getting a little older, everybody. I'm trying to mature. I'm trying to stop smoking marijuana. I want to have a family one day, man. I want to have children. You can't be someone's father and be all smoked up on the weed all the time. Daddy, there's a ghost under my bed. Well, don't fucking bring him in here, please.
Hey, this is the Wall of Fame for all the great musicians that are from Ireland and Dublin. What do we got? Rory Gallagher, Sinead O'Connor, Phil Lynott, that's my boy, Lufton and Lizzie, baby. Well, my man, Van Morrison, holy shit. Van Morrison healed me in many difficult periods in my life. And I will count the stars that shine in your eyes. Can you fucking beat that for literature? I seriously doubt it. Oh yeah, and there's you too. The pre-douchebag era. We should cut that part out.
What an exciting time to be alive right now is, don't you think? Technology's incredible, man. A friend of mine has a new iPhone, and he's showing me on his iPhone. He's got pictures of his girlfriend. He's got close-ups of her cookie, and pictures of her blowing him, and I'm like, wow, you can do so many things with those. I've got to get a girlfriend. Actually, that's a joke on several levels. I have an iPhone. The iPhone is a magical instrument, but it's so sensitive. You can't throw it down. You can't be dramatic with an iPhone. I'm never gonna talk to you again, you fucking asshole.
This is James Joyce, one of the most sexually repressed human beings who ever lived. That's why his books were so good. Because in Ireland, it was hard to find some sexual tension release, if you know what I'm talking about. Lighten up, Jimmy. Things will get better. I like the way he described the Irish Sea. He said it was the snot green, scrotum tightening Irish Sea. I've jumped in it. It's pretty descriptive.
My wife is from Holland, and I'm very proud of Dutch people because the building they're replacing, the World Trade Center in New York City, they used a Dutch architecture firm. And I don't know if you saw a picture of it, but it's going to be magnificent. It's going to be one of the tallest buildings in the world, and it's going to be a windmill, then the fans will be able to knock down any incoming aircraft.
This is Merchant's Arch. This is actually where Leopold Bloom, in James Joyce's Ulysses, came to buy his wife, Molly Bloom, smutty little dirty books. This is the spot. Unfortunately, pornography is not such a big seller anymore in this archway, but this is where he came to buy his wife smutty literature in that eponymous book that no one has read fully.
Hey, do you guys like magic? I fucking hate magic. Whenever I see a magician do a trick, I always like to yell, "Burn him, he's a witch!" Years ago, when I was a younger comedian, I toured with a hypnotist for a month. The dude who hypnotizes people. I had to travel with this guy and share a hotel room with him for a month. Longest month of my life. I'd be talking to this guy one minute, next thing I know, I'd be ironing his damn shirts. And a few other things that are only between me and my therapist.
This is the GPO, or the General Post Office, for those of you who aren't good with abbreviations. This is where the 1916 uprising happened. After 400 years of British rule, the Irish had enough, and this is where they said, hey, fuck it, we're upset. We want to be an independent republic. I have to say, it's also a very reliable post office. I've mailed home many packages through the years, and they've always made it, and the staff is very friendly. So not only was this a very crucial spot in Irish history, it's a very reliable post office. You can't say that about most countries. And this, of course, is the Spire, or as the locals call it, the stiletto in the ghetto. I don't think this is much of a ghetto. It's pretty kind of nice shopping area. But nonetheless, the locals call it the stiletto in the ghetto. Perhaps this structure represents all of the heroin abuse that has happened in this city. I'm not exactly sure, but it's a pretty pimp modern structure, wouldn't you agree?
I did a radio interview in the United States a few months ago, and they introduced me as the bad boy of comedy. I never said I was the bad boy of anything, nor do I want to be introduced as such. Only in comedy do you ever hear that. You never hear that in other professions. You never hear it. He's the bad boy of gynecology. See the dude put on his gloves with the fingers cut off? That would be speculum-tacular.
Cover those tits up, girl. It's freezing.
Hey, look at my bald spot, everybody. Actually, that is not a bald spot. That is an old breakdancing injury. I see you were quite the breakdancer yourself. You could spin on parts of your head I had only dreamed of. I'm a cigarette smoker. I have to admit I love cigarette smokers. I don't know any cigarette smokers who are prejudiced. Because all cigarette smokers know. We're all black on the inside.
Thanks for the music, Phil. It's gonna be a jailbreak tonight.
I lived in Amsterdam for 5 years. I love living in Holland, man, because women are beautiful in Holland. I'm serious. When I lived there, every once in a while, I would have to go to England just to rest my eyes. Great. It's the one pro-English crowd in fucking all of Ireland. This is great. I don't know what happened. I was in London last month. Food is terrible in England. That ain't no joke. The Germans should have dropped cookbooks on those fucking people.
Oscar Wilde's life was destroyed because he has an affair with Alfred Douglas. Alfred Douglas's father was the Marquis of Queensberry, the same man who invented the Marquess of Queensberry rules for boxing. Because I love Oscar Wilde so much, on the rare occasion that I do fight, I always fight dirty. I love this lascivious old queen. I've kissed all the major important statues in Dublin now.
Last week I did shows in Antwerp, Belgium. It's a sad and disgusting fact, but within Europe, the country of Belgium is known for pedophilia. And they've had a real problem with that in the last 10, 20 years. You ever think maybe that's the reason why the Belgians make such good chocolate? Because little kids are smart. They won't get into the van for any shitty old chocolate. Last summer, I did a week of one-nighters across Switzerland. And I did that joke in Geneva, Switzerland. And after the show, this Swiss woman comes up to me and she goes, "Your joke about the Belgian child molester. I was wondering why you did not use the Swiss chocolate." I think everyone in the audience was wondering, why is he not using the Swiss chocolate? And I just think it's hilarious that the woman was concerned that the child molester in my joke was not using the best chocolate available. I said, "Lady, let's be honest. If the guy would have had a Toblerone, I would have fucked him. If he'd had a jumbo Toblerone, I'd have put on the Boy Scout suit with the butt cut out." All right, Dublin, I love you very much. Thank you.
Come on, give it up for Tom Rhodes!